cool, nice. You sat right at the fucking front. That's a mistake, isn't it? Hi, guys. Look, this is all like couple, isn't it? We're all very. You didn't cheer for anything. You were like, I don't want to be spoken to. I don't want him to look at me. I don't want a video on Facebook. I don't want none of that fucking bullshit. But it's all right, mate. We're going to talk to you regardless. It's nice to meet you, pal. What's your name? Andy. Everyone say hello, Andy. There's a lot of love for you, Andy. You seem like a nice fella. Andy, who are you out with? Who's this lovely lady? Joanne, cool, nice. How long have you... Yeah, I'm presuming you're a couple, are you? Nice. How long have you been together? About 4 months. Oh, it's a new relationship. Oh, dingo fucking ling. We've hit a jackpot, because there's nothing funny about talking to a couple that have been together for 5 years. It's boring. It's like, I hate you, you hate me, but we've made a choice. Do you know what I mean? I don't love you. You're just the best I can do in this current moment. And to be quite frank, if I thought I could upscale, I fucking would, mate. But we're here now, and I just don't want to be alone. But 4 months, there's still stuff about him that you don't know that we can tease out. And in the break, you'll go, did you fucking mean what you said then? And he'll be getting the drinks going, it's just a comedy night, I don't understand. Oh, we're going to ruin this. So, joking. Andy, 4 months ago, talk me through what happened. How did you meet 4 months ago? You used to work together quite a while ago. Right, so back up. How long ago? That sounded like the beginning of Rolling by Limp Biscuit, didn't it? Back up. What you gonna do now? Keep rolling. What? There's some like younger people who are looking at me now thinking that I've just like gone mental. That was legit a song by Limp Bizkit in 1999. It was called Rollin', and you had to do that when you were rolling. Move in, no move out, hands up or hands down, back up. Never mind. It's not. I would be the shittest Limp Bizkit tribute act in the fucking. I'd be more Soggy Biscuit than Limp Bizkit. And thank you if you got that reference. So do you know what a Soggy Biscuit is? You what? Sorry. Running 4 months in. Yeah, that's why. Right. So do you know what Soggy Biscuit is? Don't you go all coy. I've heard the term bandied about from time to time. One has never partaken in a soggy biscuit. Have you ever done a soggy biscuit? It's the stuff that happens in boarding schools. I don't think it necessarily does in boarding schools. I think it's more of like a rugby lads thing, personally. Because boarding school lads are more like, oh, I get a hard-on from education. You know, like... soggy textbooks, that's what they... but rugby lads are more like, oh, I'll fucking go and do it on a biscuit. What's your name again? Joanne. Do you know what Soggy Biscuit is, Joanne? You don't know what Soggy Biscuit is? Right, okay. But he does know what Soggy Biscuit is. Soggy Biscuit is like... I love how there's other people around there that are going, Soggy Biscuit, I don't understand. I'll tell you what Soggy Biscuit... Soggy Biscuit, right, is a game that men apparently play, but I don't know any man that has played it, but I know enough men that I think would have probably fucking played it, where basically you get a biscuit, and then you get... I hadn't planned on explaining this so early on either. You get a biscuit, right? You put it there, and you probably need... in hindsight, you probably need a thick biscuit. Like this isn't a job for a rich tea. Do you know what I mean? Because half of it's snapping off under the weight of potential children. It's you're talking a hobnob minimum. Maybe a bourbon because it's got 2 layers and one can act as like a damper and one similar to like walls in a house. It doesn't matter, right? So you get a biscuit, preferably a thick-based biscuit, and you pop it. I don't know where you pop it really. You can't pop it on the floor because there's no way that right, you probably pop it on like a stool perhaps. Because I wouldn't say a table, because you can't all fit... You'd have to have a very specifically sized table. Like, I couldn't come over it doesn't matter. Right. So, probably a stool, right? So, you pop the biscuit on a stool, right? It doesn't have to be a stool. It can be several yellow pages stacked up to a certain height, right? And you and all of your friends gather around the biscuit. And now this is where it gets weird. you whap your dicks out, and then you all have a wank, and then you come on the biscuit, and then the last one to come on the biscuit has to eat the biscuit. Which I think it's weird to punish the man with the best staying power. Do you know, like, if anything, it should be the first one to come has to eat the biscuit, but then you're just eating your own cum, which is, I mean, that is weird, isn't it? But it's not as much of a deterrent as it. So that's what Soggy Biscuit is, basically. And every man has tried it, and if the man says that he hasn't, it's because he's lying and the relationship won't work long term. Let's all buy into that. Let's all agree with it. So that's what Soggy Biscuit is. So you met, we were talking about how they met ages ago. Remember that shit? I don't either. So you did used to work together back in the day. What did you do back in the day? A well-known retailer. Okay, now you're saying this like there's some sort of GPDR data protection in place, and fucking Dominic Littlewood from Don't Get Done Get Dom's gonna run in and fucking, how long did you work for Matalan for? You know, shit like that. You can say who it is. Which was the well-known retailer? The Very Group. Oh, so Very. Yeah, okay, right. So what did you do for Very? You worked in the people team. That doesn't make any fucking sense. So you worked for Very. Now I know Very, that thing, they've got like the logo is like it's like a hot pink box and then the word Very inside of it, and they sell, in my head, everything and nothing at the same, like clothes but maybe toasters. Do you know what I mean? Sort of like a John Lewis-y type shit, but online, but not as middle class as John Lewis. Kind of like a, yeah, okay. So what did you specifically do? You help bring people into the business and train them up. So you're like a recruiter? It's part of it. Okay. What was the other part? I kind of feel like Very have branched into human trafficking. And Andy was part of the prostitute division. That's where he met Joanne. He was, oh, it's nice to meet you, Joanne, but you're off to Poland, darling. Come on. You've got to earn some money for the business. Right, okay, so you did a bit of everything. You had your fingers in many pies, metaphorically speaking. Okay, what about yourself, John? What did you do? The buying team. So you look at, that's a cool job. So you look at fashion and you buy it and you think that'd sell well for Very. Okay, so in your fashion opinion, how am I holding up? Go fuck yourself, Joanne. That was too long of a pause, wasn't it? Because Joanne took an inhale of breath, not unlike the last person on a Soggy Biscuit, as if to say, well, I guess I'm going to have to down this. So what you think? Right, so I'm rocking Air Max 90s, solid look. You give me a solid 7. Okay, but I want more than that. This jacket is from Jack and Jones. That's not too bad. Okay, this is just a normal, like, grey jumper because it's kind of cold outside, but you don't want to have too much pattern going on here because it doesn't work with the jacket. And these are just black chinos. I think I've got it going on. I think 7.5 is harsh. Go fuck yourself, Joanne. What could be improved? Probably a pattern. You would say a pattern. Joanne, you mad bitch. So what would you have here? What would you do? Hang about. I'm wearing the same as fucking him. All we've got is a slightly different jacket. We're wearing white shoes, chinos, and a fucking grey jumper. You fucking hypocrite, Joanne. That is... Shaking Stevens wants his coat back. And the 1980s want the references back, pal. That was... Fucking hell. God bless you. God bless you for trying, Andy.